We're live, April 3rd, 2020, Watershed. Normally we take a field trip to the front entrance. I'll post this after you guys put your answers down. But you can see the buildings back here, the drive. All right, I always carry a bucket of water. I pour some water out. Let's hope nobody runs me over. I pour all this water out, about half of it. We start to watch it. All right, you're gonna see that it's gonna all start to flow that way, towards the building. All right, and you can't see it too well, but the slope of the land, all right, if you know where the practice football and lacrosse practice field is back there, everything slopes downwards, all right? And so we're looking at Parkway West High School, which is sitting on, I think, the lower Missouri watershed. So the idea being that this water that we poured here, and of course it'll evaporate before we get there, but if we have a hard rain, all of this water is going to flow all the way down towards the practice football field area, end up in a creek, and it's going to end up distributing back into the lower part of the Missouri River. So you got to envision if there's any oil or contaminants or fertilizers or whatever, they're going to end up in the lower Missouri. Now, the unique part about the front entrance here, if we go over here, is if we look at the way that the land is flowing this way. All right, we're gonna run out here, hopefully not get run over by that truck. Oh my God. But if we pour water out here, all right, we can see that that water is gonna be flowing that way. All right, that water is flowing that way. That water is flowing that way, all right? And so this water, rains on this side, is going to end up in the Merrimack watershed, all right? Which is kind of crazy to think about. We're actually in a really cool spot with the way where our school sits. We've got one watershed over here, and we've got one watershed over here. So all the people that live over there, whatever they put in their yards and stuff is going to end up in the Merrimack eventually. And then all the people that live back over in this area, all right, whatever they put in their yards, are going to end up in the lower Missouri. So we're actually in a kind of a unique spot, and that was the answer that I was looking for. We're on the lower Missouri watershed, but there's another watershed directly over. All right, so that's video one, and we're going to continue our tour of the building with video two in a second.